Morning, friends. So we got some really good news out of Washington, D.C. and South Dakota last night that I wanted to share with you. Many of you remember the Maude case. The Maudes are a family, husband and wife, with a couple of young kids who were indicted last year for stealing government property because of a 100-year-old fence line. It was the most ridiculous case that anybody had ever seen. It was very clear that somebody had the intent of sending this couple to jail, bankrupting them, making them fight this case. And I think, with all the rumors that were going around and everything else, I think that the real problem here was a Forest Service agent who was just a radical. There's no other way to put it. And this was a political prosecution. So last night what happened was we heard that the judge of the case had dismissed all the charges, including the gag order on the couple from allowing them to be able to talk about the case with each other. Imagine that, a husband and wife not being able to talk about the case together because they were independently charged. So they would have faced about $500,000 between the two of them in fees. Shortly after the news posted, Secretary Rollins made a post about it on X. But I just wanted to read what Secretary Rollins had to say, as well as Attorney General Pamela Bondi had to say about this case. According to Secretary Rollins, the Maudes are not criminals. They have worked their land since the early 1900s, and something that should have been a minor civil land dispute, as we've all discussed on this channel, that could have been quickly over and done with, turned into an overzealous criminal prosecution on a hard-working family that was close to losing their home, children, and livelihood. That was the intent, was to make them lose all that. Not in this America, not under President Trump. A politically motivated witch hunt was launched against the Maude family over a fence line and planting dispute with a small family farm which has cultivated land near federal grasslands since the early 1900s. Dropping these charges against the Maude family is not only just, it affirms the America First mandate that was sent to Washington when President Trump was overwhelmingly elected and sworn into office just 100 days ago. This case, and the many others that are currently under review, shows that this administration is fully committed to ending government regulation by prosecution. President Trump will never stop fighting for farmers and ranchers like the Maude family. And according to Pamela Bondi, the prior administration's misguided agenda must be reversed in order to make America safe again. This Department of Justice will spend our resources and efforts on prosecuting criminals, getting drugs off the streets, and identifying and dismantling the weaponization. I think that this is important because one of the reasons why this case was so important to so many of us, and there are so many independent journalists that have been trying to draw attention to this case, is because it completely broke down the trust between ranchers and the U.S. Forest Service. And I think that as we dig more into what happened in Point Reyes in California, you're going to see more of this to the point where ranchers were giving up because they felt like their only financial future was to sell out. And so this is a very important case, and it's a very important decision that the Trump administration made, and it's a decision that has a much wider impact than just the Maude family because of that historic relationship between ranchers and the U.S. Forest Service. If that breaks down, it's one of the most important land management resources that we have in this country to maintain all of our national grasslands. So congratulations to Heather and Charles Maude. You guys have been through a lot, and thank you, ladies in D.C., for doing what you have done and looking into this case and taking action to bring an end to what has been a terrorizing moment for a small ranching family.
Ancient eras and natural selection have refined and tailored pristine fibers with the resilience for today's days. Evolving beyond the last ice age, bison wool is nature's most dependable activewear. Buffalo Wool Company, 100% proven by nature, 100% American made.
Check out the Buffalo Wool Company collection at yanasatradingco.com.